Riker Jameson. Just uttering his name was enough to make people stop and give you their undivided attention. After a week of trying to hunt down information on my fellow FBI agent, Fisher, and his possible involvement in a human trafficking ring, every single lead had sent me straight to Riker's front door. Or to be more accurate, his dragon lair disguised as a motorcycle shop. Riker Jameson was the leader of the Dragons of Decatur, the unofficial Robin Hood of New Orleans. According to all my intel, the dragon shifters were the ones to go to if someone needed anything done in this town. And I do mean everything. Permits for buildings, untangling legal issues, information, muscle for hire, and just about anything else one could think of. They were fixers, and despite not being part of the civic government, the ones who ran the city. The large tattooed man sat behind the desk, his hands clasped behind his head as he stared at me. "So, what brings you to my corner of the world, Ms. Stone?" I leaned forward. "I need information, and I'm told you're the guy to ask." His gaze dropped to my cleavage, and when I glanced down, I bit back a curse. Son of a... The top button had popped on my blouse. The edge of my black lace bra, along with plenty of flesh, was on full display. I sat back and tugged at my shirt, trying for some sort of decency. "Excuse me," I said. "This is not how I normally conduct business." He gave me a slow smile. "I'm willing to step outside the lines." "I'm not," I said sharply, and passed him a picture of Fisher I'd gotten from his file. "Have you seen this man?" Without looking at the picture, he asked, "Why?" I kept my expression neutral. "I need to talk to him." Riker raised one eyebrow, piercing me with his stare. "That seems obvious. You're going to need to do better than that if you want my help." I gritted my teeth. The dragon was a dealer of information. He wasn't going to help me unless I gave him something useful. "I have reason to believe he may be part of a human trafficking ring." "I see." He held my gaze for another beat and then glanced down at the picture. He studied it for a moment, then slid it back across the desk. "Sorry, haven't seen him." Tucking the picture back into my bag, I frowned. "That's it? Haven't seen him? Have you heard about the abductions? Everyone I've spoken to says you're the guy with his thumb on the pulse of the city. You don't have anything else?" His other eyebrow rose. "And why would I tell you if I did?" He glanced down at a piece of paper in front of him. "Bella." "Because I'm trying to work an investigation." "FBI?" he asked, interest finally creeping into his tone. "Yes, and I'd appreciate your cooperation. Working together, we could..." He held up his hand. "I don't work with anyone in a position of authority. In this town, it's the quickest way to get burned. If you know anything about New Orleans, you know that no one is who they say or seem to be. You can understand my hesitation. Trust has to be earned around here." "I'm not from here," I shot back. "I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. We're a little more on the straight and narrow up there." His lips curved into a sardonic smile. "I've heard Fisher is from Nashville. If he's a suspect, it doesn't paint a picture of trustworthiness now, does it?" I stared into his deep, dark eyes and knew I wasn't going to get anywhere today. He obviously knew who Fisher was, but he was going to dig into my background first before he'd supply me with even a hint of information. I crossed my arms over my chest. "How long will it take you?" He narrowed his eyes. "Take me to do what?" "Run a check on me. It doesn't take a genius to realize you don't deal with anyone you don't know inside and out. Well," I stood and threw my card down on his desk. "Let me save you some trouble. I'm FBI agent Isabella Stone. Been with the Bureau for 3 years, worked the desk for 2, started in the field 9 months ago. I've closed 4 of 5 cases. Fisher is number 5. I graduated from an Ivy League when I was 21, have a sealed juvenile record, and both my parents are in prison.